Hello everyone, this is Cool Pro 195 streaming live with my Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time demo live stream with the Xbox One X version. So yeah, in this live stream I'll be playing the Xbox One version of the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time demo. As you've seen me play the PS4 version on the PS4 Pro. So yeah, as the title says, this is my Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time demo Xbox One PAL live stream. And yeah, I know I state PAL because the console region itself boots the game in PAL based on your console region, so yeah. Even though I don't have to, it is what it is. But anyways, yeah, since I've posted the link around and everything, and now I'm back live with the Xbox One version now. I just took a bit of time just because I figured I'd let some time pass, as some people were just, you know, walking around the house and making noises and shit, so I figured I'd just let that die down before I start up again. Therefore, you know, less interruptions to deal with. Anyways, now pretty much just doing the exact same thing I did on the PS4 version, just on the Xbox One version. Now no time like the present to boot up my Xbox One X. And I can tell for a fact it's gonna feel different. And the Xbox One X intro is pretty sick, with that extra part right at the beginning. It really shows the boost power that it has. Although the Xbox Series X, let's see what that's got in store for you. I wonder if the PS4 version will be backwards compatible on the PS5. When it comes to Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. Most probably will, since they pretty much, to my memory, I think they created a pattern to have all PS4 games backwards compatible, at least to my memory, unless I remember incorrectly. But if anyone can follow up on that, I'd highly appreciate it. As for the Xbox Series X, pretty much the way Microsoft are distributing their games now is pretty much if a game, if a certain game was to work on both the Xbox One and the Xbox One X, it would work, it would say Xbox One and Xbox One X on the same cover. So effectively now the way Microsoft are distributing their games, Xbox is sharing a version, so pretty much the Xbox One and Xbox Series X are now sharing the same version of games. They're both under the same platform, which is how Microsoft are distributing their games now. And it's the same case for Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. And yeah, for some reason I was gonna lead and say Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, but then, man, as soon as I realized, I just tripped up into saying 4, as you probably clocked. But yeah, it is pretty interesting, and I can pretty much show you that it also says Xbox One and Xbox Series X on the actual store icon itself. Just check out Microsoft Store for a sec, just to showcase. It's pretty much proof that it'll be on both the Xbox One and Xbox Series X, so it should be playable in the Xbox Series X when it comes out. So yeah, as you can see on the bottom right corner, it says both Xbox One and Xbox Series X. So presumably, when the Xbox Series X comes out, you should be able to just play the game straight, you should be able to play the game straight off the bat right on the Xbox Series X, whether you've downloaded it digitally on your Xbox Live account or whether you actually own a physical disc of it, it should work either way. At least that's my understanding of it. Anyways, now I'm just gonna jump into the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time demo. Yeah, for those of you who aren't here, yeah, Lex Lang's commentary is no longer on the Activision screen. But this Toys for Bob, like, screen recreation though, it's kind of like a Looney Tunes reference per se. But it is really cool, like, the transition that it takes, and yeah, Toys for Bob worked in association with Beanox and Activision Shanghai Studio, and of course Unreal Engine 4 is what's powering this game. Okay, bear with me just like finding a source. And here we are. Okay, so now here we are starting off with the Xbox One version of the demo being played on an Xbox One X to take true advantage of the power, and of course the Xbox Series X will obviously have it performing a lot better. So yeah, for those of you who are watching it earlier, it'd be cool if you guys were still watching, but if not, then fair enough. I get everyone has stuff to do. Like, it's life after all. But anyways, I'm just gonna start up the demo because I might as well. Okay, it's taking a bit of time to load. That took longer to load than the PlayStation version, which is kind of weird. I clocked that. It was a bit of a stutter. Okay, starting off the demo now, and yeah, as you can see, Cool Pro 195 XL, that's my Xbox Live account. Because I remember back then, like, I put the XL, like, what the fuck am I saying? Can't speak for shit at some points, but anyways, yeah. Back then, when I first got my Xbox 360, I created my Xbox Live account with, like, just to have XL at the end, just so, like, in mind. I pretty much put the XL at the end just to, like, state that it's an Xbox Live account in mind, even though it's pretty obvious. But back then, I don't know, I just felt like doing it. But yeah, either way, it still works. So yeah, Cool Pro 195 on Xbox Live, people. And yeah, playstyle, you can switch to, like, retro or modern, but, like, I'm playing the modern because I'm only playing the modern playstyle because it's the, you know, it's the preset. And yeah, you can change user as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just playing the modern playstyle because it's what you call it, it's the default setting and it's the way they've initially intended it to be played, although, like, retro mode is more for veterans, which I'll pretty much take on in my own spare time. But yeah, I'm gonna tackle this now effectively before the final game comes out. And I still like the background effects of the title screen, which is pretty sick, I gotta say. But anyways, now let's jump into Snow Way Out, the first level of the demo. Time for that hype, that pre-release Crash 4 hype. Let's jump into Snow Way Out. Yeah, I just can't get over how sick these loading screens are, man. They're dope as fuck.
Crash Bandicoot, you banished me to the past, but all it did was give me more time to plan your doom. You'll find me up the mountain. Don't freeze on the way.
Wow, you know, I'm sensing a real fraught history here. How many times have you beaten this clown anyway? 3. Really? Only 3? Funny. Seemed like more.
Okay, so here we are, and of course, unlike the press demo, which is the alpha build, there's no, like, this is how the demo starts off straight away. It doesn't, like, pan in to the level. So yeah, that was replaced with this cutscene, but I think they should have kept that in just for consistency, but that's just my take on it. And yeah, these ice physics, they're pretty hilarious, and yeah, Kapuna right there. And the way, like, as I mentioned earlier when I was playing the PS4 version, in a way it is funny how Lani Lole, like, in a way 50% breaks the fourth wall by referencing how there were, like, other games, how, like, there was a whole timeline of games, a whole series of games, like, set after Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, canonically. Yeah, like, this one is also set after Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, canonically, that ties into that, so it's like different universe. So in a way it's like Lani Lole either had a vision of the future or he dreamt about the future, or like he traveled to the future and thought it was a dream, but we don't have a narrative. Anyways, we'll find out until we play the full game. So anyways, Kapuna, we have the ability to slow down time. Okay, that was pretty smooth, I gotta say. I did that smoother than I did earlier in the PlayStation version. Oh, okay. I almost fell down there, but I saved myself with a double jump. You know, I actually like how you can still, like, jump even though you're just approaching death. You can just about save yourself. Okay, so that fucked me up. I know what went wrong there. Okay, I didn't spin. But yeah, I gotta say, like, in a way, it is kind of forgiving, like, the way you can redeem yourself. If anything, it's pretty forgiving. It's very forgiving, like, the way you can just, you know, redeem yourself before you're just about to die. Man, that was a smooth cycle right there, that I just pulled off. I mean, I know you can use Kapuna for these sections as well, but, like, at some points it's not as necessary. And yeah, as you see, like, made it across better. I think that's only to do with how I'm actually, like, how, you know, I've just unwinded on the PS4 version, so now I'm playing better on the Xbox One version. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, I should have anticipated that. Oh well, like, here we are anyway, fuck that. And of course I autopiloted just then, so yeah, everyone has those moments. But yeah, and funnily enough, I'm actually using the analog stick on the Xbox One version, whereas with the PS4 version I actually started off with the D-pad, so I don't know, ironically, even though usually with Crash games I use the D-pad, I'm actually becoming used to playing with the analog stick, and I think with this game it actually, like, it feels smooth to play, like, with the analog stick. It doesn't feel like, you know, it's misproportioned in a sense, like, in a way it kind of did with, you know, the classics. So, like, Crash 4 is actually a real breath of fresh air for the franchise, not only in terms of aesthetics but in terms of controls as well. Okay, so here we are heading into the bonus round. Yeah, and you can, like, still spin while you're in the bonus round, and you can jump while you're on the platform as well. Like, I've always questioned how in the Wrath of Cortex you can't actually jump on the platform but you can spin. But yeah, like, this is what Crash 4 actually brought back, which was really cool. Anyways, I'm just gonna... I almost forgot to bring up the comments on my phone, so yeah. Speaking of which, I need to put my phone charging as well. Just bear with me, people. Yeah, these idle animations are jokes. Alright, so here we are in the bonus round. Let's use Kapunwa to make our way. Let's try and one cycle this shit. Okay, I know what went wrong there. I didn't use Kapunwa, I just fucking autopiloted there. And I'm just like, you have to get used to pressing an extra button. Like, they're not fucking about with this shit. In a way, if you stand still, it does sort of help. Yeah, I don't know, for those of you who weren't watching, like, the live stream of the PS4 version, like, okay, that fucked up, but yeah, for those of you who weren't watching me live stream the PS4 version of the demo, yeah, some of you may actually notice that in the music of the bonus rounds, it's pretty much like a remix of the main theme tune with like with extra layers added on top of them. It's only like a few extra layers that's added on top of them, which in a way, like, it makes them feel like they're actually, it makes them feel like less like bonus rounds and more like, you know, a challenge area per se, like a challenge room. I like how you can slide, like, before it's too late. Like, that's smart thinking from a developer standpoint. Okay, I'm gonna have to be really careful here. Yeah, I know, I make this look easy, but it's a lot to process when you're actually playing it yourself. And yep, I made it over. Okay, now you really wanna... Now, this part should be piss easy. Just use Kapunawa. Just, like, bounce on the nitro crates as they explode. And just like that, I completed the demo. I mean, not the demo, I've completed the bonus round. Wait, did I miss any Wumpa Fruit? I'm trying to remember, because, like, 139 doesn't seem even. Wait, let me just kill myself just in case, because I'm trying to remember. Because I really don't want to miss any Wumpa Fruit. But yeah, they actually didn't go out of their way just to, like, to actually recreate the music. Well, to like compose the music for the bonus rounds. They didn't go much out. They really didn't go like that far out of their way. Like, they just took the main theme and remixed it. I mean, they just took like the level theme and like remixed it and used them for the bonus rounds for set levels. Okay, that fucked me up. I know what went wrong there though. It's because I didn't move straight away while I was in the air, so that's what fucked me up. Kapuna was extremely helpful. Like, I actually can't wait to use like Ika Ika and Akana, they're gonna be awesome. Have any idea how dope this shit is gonna be? Oh, the total is 139 Wumpa Fruits. Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to remember based on earlier on, but yeah. I have all 33 crates and all the Wumpa Fruit. And yes, Wumpa Fruit plays a part in completion in Crash 4 now as well. It's the first time. An interesting difference in what you call it. But wait, I'll mention that after this cutscene. But yeah, pretty much in the alpha build of this demo, like for the press demo, there's actually a total counter for like the amount of Wumpa fruits that you collect. So like it shows that you've collected this many Wumpa fruits out of the amount that's in the level. But yeah, there is a way to get across there, and that's how you skip the cutscene. But yeah, that fucked me up then. I gotta admit, I have to admit, I partially brought it on myself, but at the same time I didn't. So I'll just try and experiment with a strat, but kind of fucked up. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, as some of you have seen here, or as you've all seen here, that's pretty much like a turn of events within the level that was triggered by something that Cortex has caused within this level, when like from his perspective. So like from his timeline, like you play up to that point of the level, and then you play as Crash like through the rest of the level, like through this section, but the elements have changed. And yeah, right here is a flashback tape which you would collect in the final game, but we can't collect it here as it's been outlined. I don't know whether it's outlined here on purpose in the demo, but it is pretty interesting. Oh yeah, by the way, if you really want to get all the crates and get the gem, you really want to wait in order to get this crate back here, because like this is very well hidden, and I actually forgot about this like in the previous live stream when I was playing the PS4 demo. There's a hidden gem right here, and yeah, not everyone is supposed to know that, like, and they're not fucking about when it comes to, especially when it comes to tricking people. It's like, it's dangling false hope in front of people's faces like a motherfucking cock tease. It's like, oh you think you got everything? Like, nice try, bitch. It's like, oh, you collected everything. Did you check this area? Like, didn't even say that shit. It's exactly like the 90s. You gotta figure everything out for yourself, and they put them in the most fucked up places possible. But yeah, this secret area, yeah, make sure you go here before actually breaking the checkpoint. Well, before activating the checkpoint. I like it goes da da da, the way like when you get a checkpoint. It's a nice transition. Okay, let's use Kapunwa here, some like Crash Mind of Mutant throwback. Okay, that was dope, apart from what happened just there. Like, I don't know what the fuck that's all about. I mean, I know like I moved too much in that section, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, I activated it way too early. Now that was perfect. It's amazing how like they're referencing like pretty much like any key point in the franchise, which, you know, people be like, oh, they're actually paying respect to like all the other games in the franchise. They're not disregarding them. So like it's not pretty much like a carbon copy of the classic formula. Like, it's using mechanics from the Mutant series and such as well, just with a new concept. Like, before it was mutants, now before it was of a mutant, now it's of a mask. Yeah, and I didn't even need to do anything to this motherfucker. He was just standing there like, you know, just sleeping and gazing peacefully. He was just legit like in his own world. And then of course Crash had to come along and disturb his peace. He had to like put him in cold water, like, so to speak. Literally and all. Kill this mofo. I don't mind if not everyone is watching this, but yeah, for those of you who don't want to be spoiled, like, feel free to watch this livestream if you just want to see the demo. Okay, almost done with the level. I gotta say, like, I am doing better because I think that's only muscle memory based though, but the Xbox version is actually smooth. Okay, I brought that myself, but still. Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened there. I have to admit that was mistimed by myself, but then again, like, you never know what happened. Like, these games are full of surprises, like, for a fact. You see, that right there, like I mentioned earlier, like, when you're just on the verge of landing in the water, you still have a chance to get up. But of course, if you already used it, it's too late. So, like, I gotta say, like, some people are just, like, over-exaggerating on the difficulty. Yeah, it is hard, but it's not that complicated. It's really not. It's very challenging, I'll give you that. But I know for a fact that this is gonna be challenging. But yeah, that pretty much covers that. Like, honestly, I don't know whether they're actually gonna... Okay. That's a bit of insane fuckery right there. Don't know what in the world of piss takes that is. Don't know what in the world of piss takes that was, but... whatever it was, it took the piss big time. But anyways, it's not a big deal for me because I can just easily get back. I like how you can spin, like, even though you don't technically have like a death tornado spin, you can like spin again within just like, after like spinning the first time within just like a very short period of time, so like a split second afterwards, or not even that, just like almost a whole second. It's almost like a death tornado, but not exactly. But like, it works in your favor, in a sense, but you just gotta be really careful. But yeah, as I was saying, like, in terms of backwards compatibility, wow, that was close. Man, here we go again. As soon as I talk about backwards compatibility, I fucking die, like. It's like this demo does not want me to talk about backwards compatibility. It's like getting Vietnam flashbacks from it or some shit. But anyways, that was close. But yeah, like, I like how you can spin like multiple times within just like a very short period of time. It's kind of in a way like a life preserver per se. It's like a life jacket, so to speak. Gotta be really careful here. Yeah, and anyways, as I was saying, in terms of backwards compatibility, like, yeah, this game either could be backwards compatible on the PS5, like the PS4 version could be backwards compatible on the PS5, or either that or the PS5 could be actually getting its own standalone version. Hence, like, the distribution is different with the way PlayStation are going. They're still going with the traditional style of type of, you know, type of procedure of distributing like games for certain platforms. Anyways, that's pretty much the end of this level right now, and I've just completed Snow Way Out 100% with the gem. Of course it would have said that I missed one, because of course it'd say that I don't have a, that I missed one gem because of either expect you to complete it as fast as you can or expect you to complete it without dying. But I currently have 2 live viewers right now, so yeah, feel free to comment. And for those of you who have actually played the demo, like, what are your opinions on it? Because it'd be really interesting to know. Anyways, time to continue. It's pretty dope how he takes selfies at the end of the level, and the man, that loading screen. Like, this game has sick loading screens, and I can't wait to play the final game. It's gonna be so sick. Anyways, up next, I'm gonna be playing Dino Dash, the second level in the demo, so yeah. Shall be all the 3 hype levels out of the way. Let's jump into Dino Dash. These aesthetics, these loading screen aesthetics are like unreal as fuck. No pun intended. Okay, so here we are in the Dino Dash level, and as you can see, we're set in the prehistoric era. In other words, welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Okay, that fucked up already. Like, I was not meant to spin that box there. I was meant to bounce on it 5 times. I have to admit, it's interesting how it's not just Crash that has like the marker, that has like the drop shadow slash drop marker, but the enemies that are hovering have them too. Yeah, and that's a Crash 2 reference right there with the spit plant. Like that prehistoric spit plant, that's like, that mutated prehistoric spit plant that's like, you know, spitting acid bombs at you. And causing like that death animation where Crash is just, you know, he suddenly gets sick and passes out. Like due to being in close proximity of the shockwave, or like explosion radius, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like that's a reference to like, that's pretty much like a reference to like the bomb spitting plants of Crash 2, and the end result of that animation, that death and the end result of that death animation is exactly the same. It's a very creative aesthetic to like jump on top of like, you know, these dinosaurs' heads as well. Okay, you can't spin underneath TNT crates in this one, otherwise you die. Yeah, that's what they made the mechanics are like. Like, that's pretty much like one gripe I have. And another is how you can piss easily overshoot your jump. Like so. Okay, so like we're only a few hours until the BST release. Like we're legit only like a few hours into the BST time zone release of Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. Like less than 2 hours now, give or take. Hell, it's like it's gonna be almost like 1 hour till the release now, because like we're approaching 11 PM as it is now. But I'm having fun playing this demo, like, regardless. Well, okay. Yeah, like, you have to focus on multiple things, like, take a lot of shit into account, like, killing these enemies, plus, like, avoiding projectiles. Yeah, and these falling platforms, classic reference right there. Wow, like, I just shot him right into a fucking nitro crate. I spun that motherfucker right into a nitro crate right there. Oh yeah, like those angel sound effects. Like, that, like, angel type depth of animation. Classic reference right there. Like, that's been a thing since Crash 2. Like, it's really faithful to the original trilogy, like, as a platformer. What? Okay, that was retarded. Especially on my end, like, completely miscalculated that jump. Okay, I lost an Akwaku mask, which is retarded. Yeah, 100% miscalculated that was. I do like the background, like, aesthetics of this level. In a way, like, it sort of, like, reminds me of, like, Crash of the Titans in a way. Like, specifically, like, it reminds me of the Tiny Tiger boss fight in Crash of the Titans, because, like, this is pretty much, like, it has that type of setting to where that Tiny Tiger boss fight in Crash of the Titans was set. It's kind of set in a more, in, like, a darkened prehistoric era per se, but instead, like, there's more molten lava. So, like, in a way, well, technically, like, lava is, like, part of the prehistoric era, since in prehistoric times, like, you're more likely to run in a volcano than in any other, like, point in time. Like, no way in a million years would you run into a volcano sometime at some point in the future, unless, of course, you purposely travel to a location that has one. Anyways, yeah, Lani Lole, a mask which we can use to phase shift through, pretty much through crates and certain platforms, in order to, like, traverse through puzzle-based platforming. So yeah, it's a predicament. It's another predicament to deal with. By the way, of course, you don't want to be standing here when you're phase shifting between this crate, otherwise either you lose an Akaku mask or you die, which pretty much speaks for itself. And as I mentioned earlier, when I was live streaming the PS4 version, I like how it changes, like, some aspects of the background scenery as well. And also in terms of aesthetics of the level, it sort of reminds me of Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc in a way. Because, like, it's pretty much like how the level starts, especially in terms of, like, the shapes of the trees and, you know, just the whole introduction aesthetic of the game as well. But yeah, anyways, now let's hop onto the grinding section, aka another reference to the Mutant series. Okay, this is pretty cool. We can jump and, like, phase shift between boxes. It's actually not that complicated, just, like, press it all at the right time. All you gotta do is not spam. Hang on, let me see if I can spin this motherfucker. You can! Why was I having problems with that on the PS4 version? Okay, I'm gonna kill myself. I was having issues with that on the PS4 version for some reason, yet on the Xbox version, I killed that motherfucker first time. Like, when live streaming it. Interesting transitions between the levels. I mean, between the musics within certain aspects. Like, if you spin too early, yeah. But at the same time, like, I spun, like, even on the PS4 version, I spun at that exact moment. I don't know, like, I think the timing is really precise, and for whatever reason, like, I got that, you know, picture perfect hit per se. Yeah, I sort of spun too early because, like the spinning hitbox, I think the hitboxes are either, like, too big or too small. I think the spinning hitbox is, like, too small. I think if you try and do both, it fucks up. Wow, okay, I completely like forgot about that box. Well, I didn't completely forget about it. I was just caught up in the moment and I wasn't 100% paying attention. I just legit forgot to press B. Okay, I'm pressing the complete wrong buttons now, like a proper Neanderthal. No pun intended. I gotta say, like, the aesthetics of like the cracked eggs and everything, it really further like builds up the whole prehistoric setting per se. Okay, I pressed circle by complete accident. Oh well, if you press it too late, if you're still hanging there, you still fuck up. It's like trying to be Tarzan but fucked up like epically. It's like trying to be Tarzan but fucked up tremendously. Oh, that fucked up. Okay, now I've cleared that section finally. Okay, now for the chase section. Okay, that fucked up big time. It's like you get high when you hit him, like what the fuck is going on? Anyways people, welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, where we're being chased by a dinosaur. Well, technically in Crash 3 we're actually being chased by a Triceratops, but in Crash 4 it looks like we're being chased by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. At least to my memory, that's what a Tyrannosaurus Rex looks like. Then again, like, I didn't really like, you know, dig into specific types of dinosaurs myself, but I do, in a way, sort of remember like learning about them in the past, so like it's partial general knowledge. Okay, I did that on purpose because I wanted to smash that crate, and if you smash that, every crate you smash you get Wumpa Fruit, and yeah, Wumpa Fruit is another completion aspect. Okay, let's be really careful here. Come on Crash, no time to get high. Why would you want to get high when you're getting chased by a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex? Like, are you dumb? Like, what the fuck have you been smoking? Fuck yes! Come on Crash, don't fuck around. This ain't the time to get high. Oh, stupid motherfucker kicked away those Wumpa Fruits. And yeah, the way Akaku's like spinning around Crash right there like it's Crash Team Racing. I don't know if that's even a direct reference to CTR, whether Beanox did that as like a creative aspect, but I have a feeling, or in this case, I have a huncho that Beanox had something to do with that. Like, I have a huncho that fucking Beanox were responsible for that shit. And yes, I am referencing that promo video clip with like Crash and Quavo, with like the Crash Bandicoot mascot, and Quavo, just like chilling. And I'm missing crates for whatever fucking reason, just miscalculations galore. Honestly, this is a lot harder than it seems. What? Okay, I may say a lot, but it's moderately harder than it seems. Come on, man. Ah. Yeah, I don't think I had, like, actually, that's a partial exaggeration. I did sort of have this much trouble in the PS4 version, but at the same time, it's like, at the same time, it does vary. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, like, most of these deaths, believe it or not, are actually happening on purpose, so, like, yeah, just ignore the death counter completely. This is actually, like, this is a piss take. I don't know why, like, I just want to smash it all, but fuck it. Wow, like, I just hate it when he's missing all those crates, because you need all the Wumpa fruit. And I made it over without getting high. Like, imagine like getting weed in prehistoric times, man. How's that gonna work? Oh wait, there's the weed right there. It's like, this is Amsterdam in prehistoric times, people. Come on. Man, this is nuts. Oh, come on, man. I'm just having that same issue as Teal Game Master. I know what to do, like, I know to use the slide mechanic, but like, I've seen some people who are playing the demo and like, they've completely forgot about the sliding mechanic altogether. It's like, they completely dropped the ball on that. It's like, it's amazing that how the amount of people have actually forgotten about the sliding mechanic, especially like, for this specific section right here. That is a pet peeve in this game, a massive pet peeve. Okay, that's going way too far. Oh, come on, man. I know you want to slide spin like as many times as possible, but it's annoying when you have to like get all the crates and shit. Oh, there we go. See, like, it just has to be pixel perfectly timed. And you need that picture perfect like section right there. And just like that, we're past that section. But yeah, back here again where Crash is like, oh, what the fuck happened? Oh, never mind, he's fucked. Yeah, I don't know whether that's to do with like, I don't know, it's obviously triggered by someone else's timeline, but I don't know whether it's either a Cortex timeline, a Dingodile timeline, or a Torna timeline trigger, but we'll see. Anyways, let's try and bounce around this crate. Well, here we go again. Oh, you know what it's time for? Time to commit seppuku. In other words, time to commit suicide, but you know, nice little cover up. Yeah, and that's the only way we're gonna get that crate. But like, bouncing around, like the top. Which is, you know, pretty much an old mechanic that they've reused from Crash Bandicoot 1. Man, like, even on the Xbox One, like, this visual aesthetic looks beautiful as fuck. Like, it looks picturesque as fuck. Oh, that was close. I had better luck there than earlier, but of course, I don't think that's version specific. But yeah, as you can see, this bonus round here, like, a lot of people have actually skipped past that because, like, in terms of, like, perspective, it's not 100% eye level for literally everyone who walks past that area. Like, in terms of, like, where the question mark is facing. But anyways, yeah, here we are in the bonus round. And yeah. Okay, so, as we've, like, well, as I've showcased earlier, like, clearly all you gotta do is not hold any of the buttons in order to actually make it across, otherwise you'll end up dying. Yeah, that's gonna be like a common problem. Well, okay, I was not expecting to bounce on that either. Funny because I don't recall that happening on the PS4 version, unless all I did was slide there in the PS4 version, so that's probably the reason why. But yeah, I gotta say, it does feel seamless. And be careful with the shockwave. Like, the TNT crate explosion radius / shockwave. Like, that's something you want to avoid, as it's like 3 crate lengths long. It's pretty fucking retarded for the situation that they put you in here. It's a fucked up predicament to be put in, but that's how they made it. They put us into this shit. Yeah, and every time you die, as you've seen on in the live stream of the PS4 demo, yes, this dinosaur, like, this baby dinosaur inside the egg just laughs. Inside, like, the cracked egg just laughs every time he dies, so yeah. They're just sitting there trolling you, like, fucking mocking you for everything that you're worth. Based on your platforming skills. Man, like, they're legit gonna troll, like, the fucking game journalists for real. You say, like, oh, this is like the Dark Souls of Crash Bandicoot, welcome to Dark Souls 4. It's like, shut the fuck up and get good, bitches. Like, a number of you are probably motherfucking millennials, or just have the mental state of millennials. It's like, you sons of bitches weren't even around in the 90s, this is how we got shit done. And just like that, the bonus round is complete. I gotta say, it is pretty dope how you can, like, jump and spin, like, on the bonus round platform, like, as you move. Now, as you can see, like, the question mark is not highlighted anymore. Okay, now for another grinding section combined with a chase section, which this also references Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, with, like, with numerous dinosaurs chasing you, except in Wrath of Cortex it's like numerous hippopotamuses chasing you, or hippopotamus, whatever the fucking plural is. I know people tend to debate over that, so yeah. That's why I sort of had to clarify that shit. Let's just be really careful here. And that was piss easier than initially anticipated. I gotta say, I really like the music of these levels. They really do fit the atmosphere. And of course, there's a hidden gem back here, not to forget. Hidden gem found. And actually, like, it's the same case, like, in terms of, like, sliding. You still slide in a straight line, you just gotta not hold, either you just gotta not hold circle, or you just gotta not hold, like, the analog stick or, like, directional pad that you're actually, like, D-pad button or, like, analog stick, based on the direction that you're showcasing. Oh hey, steeleaintdead, welcome to the live stream. He says, yo, sup? Hey man, how's it hanging? But yeah, I'm pretty much like halfway through the demo now. Well, halfway through the demo on the Xbox One version. I live streamed the PS4 version of the demo, like, not that long before. I live streamed it, like, very shortly before live streaming the Xbox One version of the demo. And yeah, just like that fucked up. So yeah, I'm just gonna get this out of the way and then just call it a night. Before the release of Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time in the BST region, or the BST time zone region. Yes, didn't this release today or not yet? Well, we're released in certain regions such as Australia, New Zealand and Japan. As a matter of fact, I have the Japanese version from the Japanese PlayStation Store installed on my PS4, like off my Japanese PlayStation account. Like, I have it purchased off my Japanese PlayStation Network account. But like, I didn't get a chance to like, I wanted to do like these demo live streams first. But now like obviously it's too late because now it's coming out on, I didn't get a chance to do these demo live streams, hence why I'm getting them out the way now. So like, now like, it wouldn't make much of a difference whether I play that version or this version or not. Especially since a game will play based on your console region, and plus it's not that long. It's less than an hour now. It's less than an hour now since, you know, what you call it? Well, less than an hour now to go. Let me just shut down Facebook. Yeah, less than an hour now to go for the BST time zone release. You come through on my oh, he says you came through on my CTR remake stream like a week ago. Yeah, I think, yeah, I've visited a lot of live streams that are like Crash Bandicoot related, so yeah, that's cool. He says, thought I would follow. Well, I highly appreciate that, so that should leave me on 204 followers now if it registers. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna move on now. And yeah, as you can see, I'm standing above a VHS tape, which is pretty much one of Dr. Neo Cortex's flashback tapes that would unlock like a flashback tape level within the game, within the full game itself. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I am liking these mechanics to an extent. I mean, I think for the most part it takes getting used to, and yeah, the way that lava ball like goes up, that lava bubble, like the way it just flows up in the air, like the positioning of it is fucked up, especially how it's like, you know, so close to those crates that you're, you know, just bouncing on. Oh, and that's a piss take right there. That was close. That was close as fuck. Yeah, right there. That's how that can easily fuck you over. That's terrible positioning. But apart from that, in terms of gameplay mechanics, like, you know, that's a different story altogether. It's not as much of a predicament as it is like the placements of like certain aspects of like obstacles that you have to avoid. So yeah, that's, in a way, that's pretty shitty obstacle placement, to say the least. Well, either shitty obstacle placement or shitty crate placement. Either way, like, it's still not good. It's still a gripe. But I doubt that they're gonna change that. Cause like, especially since this is close to the final release. But you never know. We'll see we'll see when the full game comes out. Okay, this is fucked up. It says I didn't do it just now. I did that night or morning. I played like 8 hours straight till like 8 AM. Well, that's interesting. Oh, wow, that's interesting. He faces the other way. Oh, he didn't follow. Fair enough. You thought you would follow. Charles is happy. Interesting. Oh, you followed that night. Oh yeah, you did as well. I just remembered. Like, yeah, you're actually one of my new followers. Yeah, I highly appreciate that. Yeah, it's just memory. No, I did follow. Yeah, I know. I just checked the list. Well, it's not really a list, but it's just like the stats, like the follower stats that the Twitch, like, you know, the Twitch manager shows. I mean, the stream manager shows. But yeah, no need to worry. Like, you're all good, man, you're all good. But yeah, 203 followers. So yeah, I'm currently standing on 203 followers, which is pretty cool. It's about time I hit 200 followers in general though, not gonna lie, but honestly, like, everyone grows at their own pace. So anyways, have you played the demo of Crash 4, or are you just waiting for the full game to come out? Because like, for those of you who have actually pre-ordered the game digitally, and that goes for both, on the PS4 and Xbox One, you can download the demo for free. It's been like that since the 16th of September 2020, but I didn't come back until the 18th, so since I was on holiday, but yeah. And just like that, I've completed Dino Dash 100% with all crates and Wumpa Fruit. So yeah, I got the gem. So I caught one of your 2 streams ago for a minute. Oh, so you probably just saw me live but didn't get a chance to comment. Fair enough. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's awesome, innit? No, I haven't. Okay, well, it's not that long till the final game comes out anyway, so honestly, you're not missing too much by not playing the demo. Plus, this is just a beta build, from what I've seen. Especially since how, like, it seems as though Cortex having Aku Aku protecting him seems like a beta element to me. Unless they kept it like that for whatever reason for the final game, but we'll find out. Yeah, looks wild indeed. No pun intended, because like we're in a prehistoric setting right now. But yeah, in general it looks wild. And like, I like how like this animation like became a meme with Crash, like with how you can make Crash dance with this animation. It's like fucking epic. Okay, anyways, let's move on. I really like this loading screen. I like all the loading screens in this game. And yeah, Cool Pro 95 XL, that's my Xbox Live account. I live streamed the PS4 version earlier on the PS4 Pro, and now I'm playing the Xbox One version on the Xbox One X. Oh, he says, I'm struggling with the OG Crash Remake Trilogy currently. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, honestly, it is pretty misproportioned. It is pretty misproportioned in terms of mechanics and hitboxes. Like physics, like general mechanics and hitboxes, that's where they completely drop the ball. He also says almost on Cuphead's level as you progress. In a way, you could say that. But yeah, love games like Cuphead, Super Meat Boy and all that shit. Those games are challenging as fuck. Yeah, by the way, shit happens. Fun fact, this is originally called Snow Way Out Cortex Timeline. When the game was in alpha stages. When people like Kadikarus, Teal Game Master, Square Eyed Jack, Canadian Gaia and Crystal Fisher got actual press demo codes in order to play like the alpha version of the demo. So yeah, what we're seeing here is like the public demo, which is pretty much a more polished up beta build of the demo, which is actually closer to the final release. Anyways, I'm gonna jump right into Ship Happens. What a fucking name, huh? The references, and also the subliminal language as well. It's gotta love like the puns they put in as jokes. Partial adult humor, but yeah, the sense of humor is just jokes. Yeah, Cuphead is awesome. Anyways, let's jump into Ship Happens. Again, like, these loading screens cannot be any more epic. I know that I say that every time I go on the loading screen, but still, like, just taking it in is just awesome. Couldn't get any better.
The Bandicoots are en route. I must reach the spot.
Gotta love Lex Lang's legendary voice acting right there. And Cortex's gameplay right here, it's like Crash to Insanity, but except it's the radial blast is completely replaced. As you see, like, you don't shoot downwards when you jump and press like B, or when you press A or B or X or circle if you're playing the PlayStation version. Instead you get like a light speed dash, which is pretty cool. I think like that was a thing in Skylanders Imaginators as well, because I know that both Crash and Cortex made cameo appearances in Skylanders Imaginators as part of Crash Bandicoot's epic comeback. Crash Bandicoot's epic comeback for his 20th anniversary back in 2016. Honestly, like, that could not have happened at a better time. But yeah, let's turn these enemies into platforms and then gelatinize those platforms. Imagine like if they turned into fucking jello shots and like Cortex got pissed. That would have been fucking jokes. Let's see Dr. Neo Cortex drunk. Man, I bet Lex Lang would have a lot of fun doing that shit. If they were to do like an adult rated Cortex per se. Okay, that fucked up. Then again, like, even in Crash to Insanity there's like, you know, a bit of like subliminal, like subliminally based adult based humor. Or it's partially subliminal adult humor per se. Partially, I don't know where the fuck that came from. Legit can't speak for shit, like, especially when it comes to on air. But yeah, like light speed dash on your way and then just turn the platforms into whatever works the best. So yeah, it's funny because it's interesting because you can use the light speed dash in like the most convenient places as well. So like that's how you access areas like this. And also the funny thing is that like even though it feels like it's too late, if you keep going on, like it turns out that's actually not the case. It's not too late to get back on your feet, and plus like the hitboxes here are actually a lot better than in Insane Trilogy, for a fact. I mean, yes, they're gonna take a lot of getting used to in general, as with any other game, especially with how a new game obviously comes with a new experience. So clearly, like, it's something new to work with. Okay, that was completely miscalculated. Right there, but it's actually seamless to control. In terms of how free the movement is, it doesn't feel heavy to control, which is what I really like. Man, I really hope they didn't make it heavy in the final version. That would have been fucked up big time. Okay, I know what went wrong there. I should have stayed still. But I don't know, like, there's kind of like a reflex action, especially based on how like, you know, before you couldn't trust the physics of Insane Trilogy. And yeah, I just got caught there. Hey Stumpy, welcome to the live stream. He says, cool Pro95 hello, if you need real free high quality service to increase your viewers, check streamdetails.com. Top streamers already use it, or thanks for the tip. Unless you're plugging, then I suggest you like take your plugin elsewhere, but if you're actually helping, then I highly appreciate it. If your intention was just to help alone, then yeah, I highly appreciate the hat tip there. But of course, like, I know what some people are like when they like plug their services. But yeah, like, I see like stream details and stuff. I've actually been getting emails of like stream details recently, because now like Twitch actually like email like your live stream performance stats, which is actually pretty cool. I really like it updates you on like how your live stream went in terms of like based off their statistics. Okay, so like I really got a bounce here. Just like hold X in order to like bounce higher. And here we have a hidden gem. Yeah, Cortex's section, by the way, is a pretty short section. Okay, let's turn him into a platform and gelatinize that platform.
On a cold winter's night, have yourself a bite of Bandicoot stew.
And like, the way like Lex Lang, you know, portrays Cortex, like, he does it the best. Yeah, Clancy Brown did a good job, but then Lex Lang took over from Crash Insanity and onwards and made it that much better. But yeah, let's be really careful here now. Okay, well that fucked me up big time, but yeah, like, either way I still made it through, so fuck it. I'm not complaining. But yeah, Cortex's dialogue will always be priceless. It will always be priceless as long as Lex Lang is voicing Cortex, and that's just facts right there. That's spitting straight facts, and it all falls from the horse's mouth. Anyways, cutscene time.
Oh. Just a few more steps and you'll be Bandicoot.
Okay, so here we are now in Crash's section of Ship Happens, aka the Cortex timeline of Snow Whale, and as you can see, a bunch of elements have changed, and if I backtrack, you can actually backtrack to the beginning of the level, believe it or not, which in a way is sort of like, it's a bit pointless due to how like there's nothing to go back for, but I figured I'd just go back for the fun of it and just showcase it for the hell of it, just to, you know, showcase exactly what's there. I know I did this in the PS4 livestream, but for those of you who are watching this live right now, who weren't here in the PS4 livestream, I'll do it again in this livestream for you guys, just in case. And yeah, I got to proceed with caution because like you can't use Kapunawa here, unless you collect her from the beginning and actually start like using her like on the way forwards, obviously, but since like, you know, we're backtracking here. We're backtracking onto a path of nothingness, so like it's a journey to a dead end per se. Motherfucker, okay, I jumped too late. I know I don't have to do this, I'm only doing this just for a bit of fun, and just so I can live stream this for that bit longer, because like, I just have fun playing Crash Bandicoot in general. It couldn't be any more epic than it already is. Like, it's that dope. Oh man, that was a quick save. Yeah, you don't want to touch them at all, otherwise that's insta-kill. You die instantly from touching that. Man, that was close. The slide mechanic really works in your favor. Wow, I went too early then, motherfucker. And I got a pity mask. And yeah, that revolving mask, that mask that just revolves around Crash. Like he's a fucking... like it's the sun revolving around the planet. It's like, I figured that Beanox would have had something to do with that. But then again, who knows for sure? Okay, that took the piss a bit, but what the fuck ever. Okay, nearly fell off. Oh yeah, and of course there's no bonus round here because there's clearly nothing back here. But then again, like, you know, as I mentioned earlier, like, in a way, it is a bit pointless to make a certain area accessible if there's actually nothing to go back for. If there was something to go back for, like, fair enough. Like, just to, like, you know, cater to, like, the inner explorer of, like, you know, each player. But, like, there's literally nothing to go back for, so, like, it is pointless to, like, make it accessible, but since it is accessible, I'm going back here anyway for the fun of it. Okay, just gotta be really careful here. Man, this is a piss take. I mean, I was having the same sort of trouble in the PS4 version, so it's no big deal. Man, that is nuts. The way that just happened. Okay. That jump just executed way too late, which took the piss. Well, okay, it didn't even jump that time. And I wasn't even remotely where I was now. I know, like, the slashing would be short if I went there, but I'm just going here, so yeah. Man, I hope I can just get this shit done. I'm just going here for the fun of it, because it's only for showcase purposes. Wow, I'm legit standing on the edge and not even being harmed by those fucking fish that those fucking swordfish that he's like plunging into the ground. 2 pity masks though. In a way that sort of works in your favour. You can make it over, but like you gotta time it right. And second time in a row I made it over without dying. But of course, that's gonna disappear. But then it should, I knew it would respawn. Okay, and here's Kapunawa again. So yeah, for some reason Kapunawa still spawns here, even though, like, there's practically no purpose for this part of the level when it comes to, like, the Cortex timeline version of the level. Well, the Cortex timeline build of the level. So yeah, it's sick the way, like, they, like, spawn out of a ripple of time. Out of, like, you know, a time ripple effect, per se. I don't know whether you can actually make it over like this or not, but I think, like, back then you just had the help of the sliding mechanics, but I'm not sure. I think over here you have to be specific. Nah, you can't make it over. You legit can't make it over, because, like, the way you make it back, I know how you make it back. It's because, like, it's because of the mechanics. I mean, it's because of the momentum of the ice physics that you have when you get back from there. I mean, of course, like, I'll have better luck, like, you know, practicing that strat off there. I mean, I've pulled it off, like, off camera when I was, like, you know, just playing the demo for myself, like, way before I started live streaming it. But, you know, I just haven't played it in quite a bit, because obviously I had some live streams lined up, and of course I had to take time out for a bit of time out for myself at the very least. Just to, like, you know, get everything together. Anyways, now here we are, back to the drawing board. Okay, let's hope I have better luck this time round than I was, like, back in the PS4 version. Let's hope events will play out much better than they did when I was playing the PS4 version. And yep, that crate is still there, like, legit in the middle of the ocean, like, in the middle of, like, the ice. That's, like, legit what it was. But again, like, no one would have guessed that first time. Like, they would have had to, like, you know, figure it out for themselves. But for the average person who just wants to beat the game and doesn't care about completion and stuff, like, they would piss easily go past that. Like, the amount of people who have actually, like, missed out when they were first playing the demo, like, honestly, it was no surprise. Oh wait, let me just get that crate. And yes, this is pretty much the ideal platform to be standing on. Like, that's the ideal type of platform to be standing on. Because then, at least, it guarantees, that type of platform guarantees you the most safety. Wow, and that's a piss take. Okay, I'm on the verge of sliding. I'm legit on the verge of sliding into the water in this platform and turning into ice. It's like, you just legit turned into like a fucking ice cube based popsicle. Like, just by landing in the water, like the icy cold water. Like the freezing cold water. It's what it does to you. It's legit what the Antarctic does to you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, let's try not to fuck this one up, and just as I say that, I get burnt by the crate. Well, I was more talking along the lines of, you know, actually making it instead of just, you know, cheaply just falling behind it, as I did multiple times in the PS4 version. So that happened multiple times earlier on. And that took the piss big time. So yeah, any of you who haven't played the demo yet, feel free to do so, especially if you're living in the US, because like, even though it's approaching the BST time zone's official release date, like, there's still plenty of hours ahead for the US time zone, as I think you're like 8 hours behind us. So yeah, for those living in the US, you can still play the demo while you can, for those of you who haven't played it yet, but have actually pre-ordered the game digitally. Like, play the demo now to get a taste of Crash Bandicoot 4. Whoa, that was so close. That was close as fuck. Those turn of events were legit just tempting fate right there. And let's bounce off this crate right here, because for me personally, that's the best approach to take. Because like, I just love being like, especially when it comes to like platforming games, I just really like being in high places. Like, that's always been a thing with me, like, when I was ever since I was a kid. Like, I always liked taking the top routes as a kid. In other words, I always like to get high. Wait, what? Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. But yeah, I'm not even trying to just do impressions of them. I'm just memeing the fuck out of them. Man, that's a classic. And I have to hand it to both Toys for Bob and Beanox. At least you don't get like fucking heart attack type of physics. At least you don't like land yourself in predicaments where like you feel you're about to have a fucking heart attack, like in the Lost City, where like, you know, the bridge is just partially like misproportioned and sensitive as fuck. Like, it moves really fast. And yeah, that got rid of that crate, so I'm just gonna kill myself there. Because every crate contains Wumpa Fruit, and Wumpa Fruit is part of the 100% completion now. Which is in a way a bit of a piss take, but you know, this is what I aim to do. I aim to complete 100%. I'll just take this platform because it's the safest option. It's funny because, like, for me personally, I'm not having that much trouble with either version of the game, the PS4 version or the Xbox One version. It's just more to do with you personally. Like, I feel as though the mechanics are actually more free to move. Like, they feel a lot nicer than Insane Trilogy. A lot nicer. And these, man, the perks of Unreal Engine 4, and imagine like a Crash Bandicoot game being developed in Unreal Engine 5, which was legit, like, just revealed for, you know, which was legit, just revealed for the PS5 back in, well, months ago. I think it was either back in April or May that they've actually, you know, showcased an Unreal 5 engine tech demo. Although what could be interesting is that in a way they could pull like a Batman Arkham Asylum per se. Like in the sense of how they pretty much, in the sense of how like the 7th gen versions of, you know, the Batman Arkham games, like they were, like on the PS3 and Xbox 360 they used the Unreal 3 engine, whereas on the PS4 and Xbox One, and I think PC as well, they used the Unreal 4 engine. Like, it was still the same game, but it was just like, in a way, like, it was remastered in like the next version of the engine. So like, it was digitally remastered in like a later version, like the next gen version of the Unreal Engine. So like, effectively this is what Toys for Bob and Beanox could do if they were to release Crash Bandicoot 4, well, if they were to re-release Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time on the PS5. Now that'd be epic, man, to see like the sort of like the benefits and advantages that this game could actually take with Unreal Engine 5. That would be awesome. And of course it goes without saying that if they're gonna put Unreal Engine on the PS5, and of course it goes without saying that if they're gonna make like a port of this game that actually uses Unreal Engine 5 instead of Unreal Engine 4, like, of course the PC version would make full use of that as well. Hence, like, PC's Limitless, and of course, like, PC Master Race for the win. Oh, it's actually quite jokes how you can hit this fucking lantern right here. Man, like, comedic purposes, like, comedic aspects here, like, how you can actually, you know, interact with certain elements of the level. Okay, so we want to go here now, which will activate these crates right here, which, you know, this crate formation effectively pulls a future tense. So yeah, let's avoid the TNT crate, shall we? I know it's not always easy to do, but like, just follow the marker. Like, the marker really helps, it's very user friendly. I think like, perhaps, I don't think some people, I think like people at fucking Toys for Bob's headquarters and Beanox's headquarters thought that, turns out the shadow drop wasn't enough. We need a marker drop altogether. Like, that helped people out for sure. What the fuck? Okay, that didn't happen in my previous live stream. That was retarded as fuck. Okay, same shit happened again. Maybe it's because I went as soon as like he put it down. Yeah. That motherfucker's got nothing on me. Well, okay, I'm not asking you to body slam. Okay, I think that's the first time it happened to me on the Xbox One version. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, like, in terms of like skill and everything and platforming, it's more to do with you personally, because for me personally, I'm actually not having that many issues in comparison to how both Daniel and Noah, aka Dingo Crash and Dark Spectre, were having. Like, because like they both have the Xbox One version of this game, and they were having like major issues. Wow, like I just clocked, like in a way it's sort of priceless how you can actually still see the drop shadow underneath Crash, even though technically it's on the platform below him and Crash is standing on the platform, but it's just showing below the platform. Hugo Marshmallow, aka Yash, says, "Sup cool bro, how's the game going for you?" Well, I'm actually currently playing the demo right now, and it's pretty decent actually. It's a lot better than Insane Trilogy, 100%. Like, just spitting straight facts right here. Man, spitting straight facts right here. This is 100% better than Insane Trilogy. In terms of any aspect. In fact, it's 100% better than Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled and all. It's better than both Insane Trilogy and Nitro Fueled put together. Not to mention Insane Trilogy, Reignited Trilogy, and Nitro Fueled put together. Okay, let's get putting all that shit. Yeah, I think like in a way like, okay, fair enough for Daniel to like say that when he was first playing Insane Trilogy that he's never been so scared to play a Crash game in his entire life. But when it comes to Crash 4, like I was like, nah bro, that's a bit more of an exaggeration now. But then again, everyone's different. But based on my personal experience, you know, it's like, in terms of what you call it, in terms of physics in general, it feels more free. Like I feel like there's more versatility in terms of movement in comparison to Insane Trilogy. Crash doesn't feel like heavy fuck, you know, it doesn't feel like a fat fuck when you jump, especially when you're slowing down time. It feels light. Okay, I just made that. Some people would say I barely made that within the skin of my teeth. And I figured I'd just do that just for fun. But yeah. He says, damn, is it really that good? Nice. Yeah, it's epic, man. Honestly, like, I can't wait till the full game comes out over here. Well, technically, like, I actually own a playable version of the full game. I actually own, like, as I've mentioned previously multiple times now, I actually own the Japanese version on the PlayStation 4 from the Japanese PlayStation 4 that I've recently purchased off my Japanese PlayStation Network account, all thanks to like an old friend of mine, like an old college friend of mine, who I pretty much like interacted in the hallway with and met in like workshop classes and stuff. Whenever it came to whenever it came to winning code-based giveaways, like he had like some impressive luck in winning like code-based giveaways for both like PlayStation Network and Xbox Live codes. And wow, like this is the first time we're seeing invincibility in action, which is pretty dope, I gotta say. You didn't even see this in the PS4. You didn't even see me like do this in the PS4 version. So yeah, this is interesting. Man, look at that aesthetic. That is epic. But yeah, he got really lucky. But yeah, they recycled that from Insane Trilogy, which was unfortunate. It'd be nice if they recreated it, but at the same time, like, yeah, it was a bit cheap how they did that. But at the same time, like, for a new game, of course, you expect literally everything to be recreated from the ground up. But like, if they were short on time, like, I get that. But yeah. So yeah, by chance, like, he had like UK codes, USA codes, and like Japanese codes for both PSN and Xbox Live, and so like he generously was giving some of them out to his friends, which he thought he had no use for them. So then like the number of codes that he also gave to me, I gave out to some other friends like Leon and Noah. Yeah, Leon, aka Press Start to Play 01. But like, the fucked up thing is that Leon was having problems with entering his code. Apparently, like, he was getting an error message saying they were already used when they actually weren't. They were completely brand new codes, and I made sure that I've actually sent, and I 100% made sure that I've sent completely different codes to him than I sent to Noah. Than the ones I sent to Noah. Well, two of the ones I sent to Noah. I sent completely different codes to Leon, to the ones that I sent to Noah. So like, the way Leon was having that problem is oblivious to me personally. Okay, I don't get how this crate is not... I don't get how these three crates... I don't know how I'm fucking up there, but yeah, I don't get how these three crates aren't, you know, lighting up. I mean, not necessarily lighting up, but I don't get how, like, you know, they're not filling in. I don't get how the outline is not filling in, which is fucked up. Oh man, like, I had a feeling you could get across that, but you can, but with like the right calculations of like the movesets and everything. But you know, that's just the way it is. But yeah, apart from that, this control's really smooth. But yeah, like, it seems as though Xbox does tend to have those issues with like specific codes. I'm not really sure if that's even the case, but like, you know, I've researched on it and people have reported that it seems to be like a bug in Xbox's system. But yeah. Well, at least like he understood the situation, so in a way it's like water under the bridge. But not for Xbox Live though. They need to fix their shit big time before like it causes an even bigger misunderstanding between other people. Oh hey Tanya-san, welcome to the live stream. Yo Tanya, how's it going? AKA Jasmine from Kaching. Yeah, that's right. Kaching! You know, I should actually like kind of like have that when it comes to, you know, like referencing you or some shit. Because like, I jumped into her birthday live stream and pretty much like it will elevate from there. So yeah, people, for those of you who used to watch Kaching back in the day, shout out to Tanya Vital or Vital, however you pronounce your surname. I'm sorry if I sincerely apologize if I'm butchering it. But yeah, it's great to know that you joined one of my live streams. It's really epic, I gotta say. It's a show that I used to watch a lot. That was like one of the most gangster things going on, not gonna lie. Okay. Yash says seems more comfortable to play than Insane, more fluent. I mean, I'm waiting for the PC version. Likewise, I can't wait for this to come out on PC, hopefully. Wait, is it Vital or Vital? Because like you say I got it, but you know. Well, at least like try and spell out to the best you can. But yeah, that's cool. She says, I'm good man, hope you are. Yeah, likewise. As a matter of fact, this game is coming out tonight. Oh, Vital, alright, cool. Great to know it clears that up. Okay, I'm gonna like try and get this done. I can't use Kapunawa to get across, so yeah. Man, like, I can't wait for this to come out tonight. This is gonna be epic. And also, for those of you who haven't seen like any episodes from Kaching in like a very long time and you're feeling nostalgic, go ahead and check out Tanya Vital's YouTube channel as well, as she's uploaded episodes of Kaching from her VHS archives. And on top of that, they've also done like a lockdown reunion of the cast that, well, the members that were able to show up, like Devin Anderson and TJ and Valel, who also played Taj Taj Seymour and Carisha, which is pretty epic. Oh, and just like that, I complete this level 100% with the gem. Yeah, pretty dope, I gotta say. Got a little, yeah, nice. Man, I think a PC release will take like a year for it to come out. But yeah, I own this on both PS4 and Xbox One. And this is gonna be dope. In like less than 10 minutes it's coming out now. That's actually mad, like in the US. Which means in the UK it's officially gonna unlock. But I'm gonna upload my livestream archives to YouTube, so yeah. Yeah, it's, in a way, it's actually quite dope how you can make like crash dance between selecting these two animations. So like, it's fucking hilarious. Like, that's already become a meme on Twitter. What is this pre-sale? Actually, like this, I'm playing a demo right here, which you can actually play if you can actually download for free on PlayStation, over on the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Live Marketplace if you've pre-ordered the game digitally. The demo has been released since the 16th of September, so like, I just hopped onto it. By the way, I've opted for both physical and digital releases myself, so then I get the best of both. And yeah, my physical copies of both the PS4 and Xbox One versions should be arriving tomorrow morning at around 7, according to the email that I got from Game. But yeah, anyways, like, I'll just jump back into these levels, but like, just to showcase a pause menu function, which is basically, it's kind of like an attention to detail in terms of narrative and setting, where like it tells you like which point in time and which universe that you're in. So like, if I pause the game over here in this level, Snow Way Out, it says the 11th dimension, 1954. So basically, yeah, we're back in pretty much the early 50s, well, leading into the mid 50s, but in a completely different dimension. And yeah, the 11th dimension, that's a reference to Crash to Insanity, which is like the Crash Bandicoot game released in 2004 on the PS2, which is epic. Tanya says sick. But yeah, honestly, I actually didn't even expect you to show up on one of my live streams, because like, I know how busy people can be, especially like for someone like you who's, you know, also basically an actress as well as, you know, now a content creator. So like, honestly, I highly appreciate you taking your time out to join the live stream. It means a lot, like, especially as a Ka-Ching fan myself. But you know, but of course I'm not just subscribing to you and following you for Ka-Ching. Like, you do like cool gameplay live streams in general and all. Oh, you've been waiting for me to live stream? Yeah, I've been live streaming like kind of on and off, especially like during the week, but like especially during this week to hype up the release of Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. And yeah, you see one missing gem, because that's either to do with completing the level without dying or completing the level as fast as you can. To my memory, at least. Okay. This is a pretty cool aspect right here. So yeah, you can either go to title or just like, never mind. But yeah, I'll showcase this in Dino Dash as well. I'm pretty much like, in a way they kind of make up universes, which is pretty interesting. Like, that's the thing with games that are set in the multiverse. Like, you can pretty much do anything with it in terms of like universes and like spin, like putting like an interesting spin on things without retconning a certain part of the franchise. Okay, so as you can see, Dino Dash is set in the Oedipus dimension, 88 million BCB, so yeah, another made up universe. I also like how, like, you know, in the actual game is going to tap into the origins of Crash Bandicoot with all these flashback tapes. So, like, it's set in 1996, but before Crash Bandicoot was actually released. Which is really cool. I like how, like, in a way, this kind of continues off the time travel aspect from Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, but it takes it to the next level. And yeah, that gem is not there for the same reason. It takes it completely to the next level. Not only is it to do with time travel, it's to do with alternate universes in general. Which is really cool. And Ship Happens, yeah, that's a hilarious title, and yeah, that's pretty much the level that I was just playing. So, like, Ship Happens is pretty much, for those of you who weren't here earlier, it's basically an alternative version of Snow Way Out, but you're playing from Cortex's perspective. Well, you only play from Cortex's perspective for, like, a number of time, for, like, a certain section, but, like, it's a small section that you play through as Cortex. And then, like, you just continue playing off the rest of his level as Crash, like, as you would be in Snow Way Out, but instead, like, some of the elements have changed, as some of you have seen. Okay, so as you can see, this area is also set in the 11th dimension, 1954, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and as you can see, like, with both Crash and Cortex's icons there, you can see that they're both playable in this level. By the way, in the final game, you'll also be able to play as Coco, like, throughout the game in any level that you can play as Crash, as she also plays a more prominent role in the game. So yeah, pretty much, you know the drill when it comes to that gem. It's like just an extra achievement an extra aspect which kind of speaks for itself, and it doesn't need to be showcased. Of course, like, to complete these levels without dying would be a massive challenge. I know for a fact that the final game is going to be extremely challenging, especially for what it is, but to me personally, it's far more manageable. It's far more manageable than playing Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Like, it's much better. It does a much better job at being faithful to the original trilogy than the AAA remasters themselves, and that's saying a whole lot. Like, that's how physics should be like. Not only should they be close to the original, but they should supersede them as well, just like Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled has done upon Crash Team Racing, like the original Crash Team Racing. And wow, and as a matter of fact, we've officially hit midnight here in the UK, which means now Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is officially out in the BST time zone. So yeah, for those of you who have pre-ordered this game digitally, enjoy Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time to your heart's content. You're in for one epic adventure, and you're in for a wild ride in terms of traveling through universes and stuff. It's more than an adventure. You're in for an epic quest, and this music is very celebratory. I love how they went for this as the main theme. Like, it's not like one of those themes that are just, you know, remixes of a Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped theme, which we got in a number of the games. But yeah. It's a creative take on the new theme, to say the least. If anything, it's like one of my favourite theme tunes in any Crash Bandicoot game now today. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much all I've got to showcase for the demo now. I finally got both versions out of the way, and just in time for the release. Okay. Man, this music cannot be any more epic than it already is. Like, it's unreal. Like, no pun intended, hence it's developed in Unreal. Well, since it's been developed in Unreal Engine. Anyways, that pretty much wraps up this livestream now, and pretty much this whole lineup of Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time hype-based livestreams in general. Apart from, you know, apart from my Crash Bandicoot Mobile Alpha prototype build showcase livestream, which in a way is sort of like a showcase livestream, which then got scrapped due to like due to unforeseen circumstances. So like that will have to be like its own live stream. So yeah, as that was taken out of the equation for the lineup, and has to be like now its own live stream for future reference, which again will still be something interesting to live stream. So like it hasn't completely fallen through the cracks. It's something I still consider to do. It's just, you know, I just don't want to scrap it because it'd be a shame to waste it. But yeah, apart from that, I'm really glad to have done these live streams, and I really hope everyone right now is enjoying Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, as you're in for perhaps the most epic adventure for the Bandicoot to traverse through. And I'm sure as hell pumped for it. Man's pumped big time. Tanya says I'll catch you later. Yeah, cheers for joining the live stream. Highly appreciate that. Highly appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Okay, so time to wrap this up now. For those of you who are watching me on Twitch, feel free. For those of you who are watching this live on Twitch, feel free and be sure to subscribe, like, or rate. However you want to put it. Drop a comment below to leave constructive feedback if you possibly can. I mean, I didn't even say this on YouTube, but yeah, for those of you who are watching this on Twitch, feel free to follow my Twitch channel for future upcoming live streams for whenever they may happen. And for those of you who are watching this archived on YouTube, feel free and be sure to subscribe, like, or rate. However you want to put it, drop a comment below to leave constructive feedback if you possibly can, and or share it around with your friends and family, whoever they may be, and see you lot on whatever's up next on my channel. Until then, laters everyone, peace out.